Ladies and gentlemen, today we will talk about the most valuable and rare Australian 20-cent Elizabeth coins, so let's get started. First up, the 1968 Elizabeth II 20-cent coin with no mint mark. This seemingly ordinary piece of silver-toned metal holds a story so compelling, collectors around the world have turned it into a numismatic legend. In this video, we will explore the history, rarity, and astonishing value of this remarkable coin that continues to capture the imagination of those who stumble upon it. In 1966, Australia transitioned to decimal currency, replacing pounds, shillings, and pence with dollars and cents. As the country adjusted to its new coinage, the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra took on the task of producing most of the new decimal coins. By 1968, the system was in full swing, and coins such as the 20-cent piece, bearing the image of Queen Elizabeth II on one side and a magnificent platypus designed by Stuart Devlin on the reverse, were commonplace in every Australian pocket. But what sets the 1968 20-cent coin apart from others isn't just its design or metal composition, it's the curious absence of a mint mark and the mystery behind its scarcity. Most coins of this type were produced in large quantities, making them relatively easy to find. However, certain versions of the 1968 20-cent coin, particularly those in pristine condition and without any identifying mint marks, have proven to be exceedingly rare. And in the world of coin collecting, rarity equals value. The coin features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, crafted by Arnold Machin, which was used on all decimal coins from 1966 to 1984. It reflects the elegance and youth of the monarch at the time, framed within a regal border that perfectly balances the naturalistic lines of the platypus on the reverse side. This duality, royalty on one side, wild nature on the other, is symbolic of Australia's cultural heritage and its place in the Commonwealth. Now, what truly elevates the 1968 Elizabeth II 20-cent coin to legendary status is its status among collectors as a hidden gem. Many people overlook it, not realizing that in top condition, this coin has fetched remarkable prices at auction. We're not just talking about a few dollars here and there, we're talking hundreds, even thousands, of dollars when the coin is in near-perfect condition, especially if it's uncirculated or in a proof-like state. One of the reasons for its skyrocketing value is the mystery surrounding how few high-grade examples exist today. Over the decades, most of these coins were handled, spent, and worn down in everyday use. But for those few that survived without a scratch, with all the original mint luster intact, the demand among collectors has created fierce competition. When a coin becomes this hard to find in good condition, it becomes not just a collector's item, it becomes an investment. Several recorded auction sales have stunned even seasoned numismatists. Some specimens of the 1968 20-cent coin, graded highly by professional coin graders, have sold for as much as $800 to $1,500. Rare errors or unique toning can push the price even higher, especially if certified by respected grading companies such as PCGS or NGC. These coins are no longer just pocket change, they are pieces of history, commanding the attention of investors and enthusiasts worldwide. Why was it made? The 1968 20-cent coin was minted to meet the demand for currency in Australia's growing economy. With no specific commemorative purpose, it was never expected to become a collector's item. Yet, here we are, more than 5 decades later, watching this coin rise in prestige and value due to the passage of time, rarity of pristine examples, and the growing interest in historic Australian coinage. And why is it so valuable? It is valuable because it represents an era of transition, a symbol of Australia's evolving identity. It is valuable because collectors want what they cannot easily find. It is valuable because in a sea of common coins, the 1968 no mint mark 20-cent coin stands out like a shimmering beacon of hidden worth. It reminds us that true treasures often come in modest forms. Let this be a powerful reminder to check your old coins carefully. That ordinary-looking 20-cent coin from the late 60s could very well be a forgotten gem. If it gleams with luster, has no visible mint mark, and carries that unmistakable 1968 date, it might just be the ticket to an incredible payday. Collectors across the globe are actively searching for this coin, and auctions are constantly showcasing jaw-dropping sales. If you are lucky enough to hold one of these coins in mint state or proof condition, know this: your coin could be worth more than many people expect. Some of the finest examples have pushed past the $2,000 mark under the right conditions. That's right, a coin once worth only 20 cents can now command thousands. That's the power of numismatic rarity. So how do you sell one if you're fortunate enough to own it? You can approach reputable auction houses or list it with certified grading. Online platforms like eBay can also yield excellent results, especially if your coin has been professionally evaluated and graded. But no matter how you choose to sell it, one thing is certain: this coin is not to be spent on groceries or fuel. It is a valuable collectible that deserves recognition and care. For all aspiring collectors watching this, let this be your inspiration. Great finds often come from ordinary places: a drawer, a jar of spare change, or an old wallet. Keep your eyes sharp and your curiosity sharper. The world of coin collecting rewards those who explore its depths with patience and passion. And to those who think old coins are just relics of the past, the 1968 Elizabeth II 20-cent coin proves them wrong. It is living proof that value is more than just face value. It is history, rarity, and beauty wrapped in one tiny circle of metal. It's a treasure waiting to be found, and perhaps it's sitting quietly in your own collection. Next up, the 1970 Elizabeth II 20-cent coin with no mint mark. Though often overlooked, this coin holds untapped potential and has quietly gained attention from collectors and investors alike. If you're holding on to one of these coins, you might just be sitting on a future fortune. Stay tuned, because what you'll learn today might change the way you look at everyday change forever. The 1970 20-cent coin was released at a time when Australia's decimal currency system was still in its early years, having only begun in 1966. The transition from pounds, shillings, and pence to dollars and cents was one of the most significant economic shifts in the country's history. With new coin designs came new possibilities, and the 20-cent coin became one of the most iconic denominations. On the obverse side, Queen Elizabeth II's elegant portrait stands as a symbol of continuity and stability, while the reverse features the beloved platypus, a uniquely Australian creature rendered in dynamic motion by the talented designer Stuart Devlin. But what makes the 1970 20-cent coin particularly special isn't just its age or design, it's the absence of a mint mark and the increasing rarity of high-quality specimens. Most of these coins were produced for circulation, meaning they were used daily and often worn down over the years. However, those rare few that were carefully stored or preserved in excellent condition now hold significant value in the numismatic market. And the value isn't just sentimental, it's financial. This coin represents a fascinating moment in Australia's coinage history. The year 1970 marked the bicentenary of Captain James Cook's voyage along the east coast of Australia, a milestone that sparked national pride and historical reflection. Although the commemorative 50-cent coin was officially released to mark this occasion, the 1970 20-cent coin quietly continued to circulate. It didn't receive the fanfare of a commemorative release, which has now ironically added to its mystique and desirability among seasoned collectors. As time goes on, the number of well-preserved 1970 20-cent coins continues to dwindle. Every year that passes means more coins become damaged, lost, or overlooked. This natural scarcity is one of the primary reasons the value of this coin continues to rise, especially for those graded in brilliant uncirculated or proof-like condition. And make no mistake, demand for these coins is increasing, both in Australia and internationally. So, can the 1970 no mint mark 20-cent coin be valuable in the future? The answer is a confident yes. All the signs of a high-potential collectible are there: historical significance, aging supply, growing collector interest, and undeniable eye appeal. Coins that once quietly passed from hand to hand in the marketplace are now being recognized as miniature pieces of history. It's no longer just a coin, it's an asset. Current market values for this coin vary depending on condition. A circulated example may fetch between $5,000 and $15,000, while higher-grade examples, particularly those graded by professional services, can reach up to $20,000 or more. In fact, Some uncirculated specimens have sold for as much as $30,000 or more in auctions and private sales, especially when demand is high and the coin boasts pristine surfaces and strong eye appeal. The most exciting part is the potential for growth. In 10 years, or even 5, the value of high-grade 1970 20-cent coins could multiply. As more people enter the world of collecting and investing, the demand for rare coins will only intensify. There's a growing trend of treating coins like fine art or antiques, collectibles that increase in value over time and serve as a tangible link to the past. The coin market is evolving. Online marketplaces, social media groups, and global auction houses have opened up a new world of opportunities for collectors and sellers. Coins that were once forgotten at the bottom of old drawers are now being polished, graded, and sold for hundreds, sometimes thousands, of dollars. If you own a 1970 20-cent coin in excellent condition, now is the perfect time to have it evaluated. You might be amazed at what it's worth. It's also important to think about presentation. A coin with strong luster, no major marks, and original shine will always fetch a higher price. If you've preserved your coin in a case or coin album, that small step of protection may have preserved its value more than you realize. With proper grading and authentication, a humble coin from your childhood could become a prized possession on the global stage. At auctions, collectors have already started to pay premium prices for 1970 coins in top-tier condition. These buyers understand that rarity isn't always about a low mintage. Sometimes it's about how few pristine examples still exist. That's what makes the 1970 20-cent coin such a compelling collectible. Its original numbers were large, but today, only a fraction remain in truly exceptional condition. We're not just talking about collector value, we're talking about real financial potential. In the right market, and with a buyer who recognizes its rarity, the value of this coin could exceed $5,000 or more in the coming years. That's a staggering return for a coin that started life with a face value of just 20 cents. The ceiling for its worth has not yet been reached, and that's what makes it so exciting. So, how can you sell one? Begin with authentication. Get your coin graded by a trusted organization like PCGS or NGC. Once it's certified, you can list it in auctions, coin shows, or online platforms where serious buyers gather. A properly listed and photographed coin can draw international attention and top dollar offers. And remember, presentation and certification can dramatically boost your coin's sale price. For those of you just beginning your collecting journey, take this as motivation. Valuable coins are not always the flashiest or rarest at first glance. Sometimes, they're the ones hiding in plain sight, like the 1970 20-cent piece. It may be sitting quietly in a collection, waiting for the right moment to shine. And when that moment comes, it can change everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1970 Elizabeth II 20-cent coin is more than just currency. It's a historical artifact, an investment, and a collectible gem all in one. Its value is growing, its rarity is increasing, and its story is far from over. If you hold one today, cherish it, protect it, and consider what it could mean for your future. Because what may seem like a simple coin could soon be one of your most valuable assets. Next up, the 1981 Australia Elizabeth II 20-cent coin with no mint mark. This coin, minted more than 4 decades ago, holds a surprising history and a growing reputation among collectors. If you're someone with an eye for hidden gems or a collector searching for your next great find, this is a story you simply cannot miss. The 1981 20-cent coin might seem common at first glance, but beneath its familiar silver sheen lies a coin with depth, significance, and potential. Featuring the regal profile of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the iconic platypus on the reverse, it continues Australia's tradition of combining monarchy with the beauty of native wildlife. But what makes this specific year special isn't just its design, it's the coin's unique origin, the circumstances of its minting, and the rising interest in acquiring it. In 1981, due to increased demand for coinage in Australia, the Royal Australian Mint faced pressure to produce a higher number of coins than usual. To meet this demand, production was outsourced, and the 20-cent coin was minted not just in Australia, but also in Canada and Wales. This outsourcing led to subtle variations among the coins minted in different countries. The coins minted in Canada, for instance, are considered particularly interesting and sought after. Now, the most intriguing factor is the absence of a mint mark. Most coins from foreign mints usually bear small mint marks to indicate their origin. But a number of the 1981 20-cent coins carry no such indication, making them harder to trace and more mysterious in origin. This no mint mark variation has become a focal point for collectors, as coins without mint marks tend to spark speculation, curiosity, and greater demand. After all, every great collectible has a story, and this coin story is only beginning to be told. Despite the high mintage of the 1981 coin overall, finding a no mint mark coin in pristine, uncirculated condition is no easy feat. Over time. Circulation naturally wears coins down, stripping away their original luster. But those rare specimens that were preserved or never entered circulation now stand apart. Their condition, combined with the subtle distinction of being mint mark free, elevates their value far above face. Collectors from around the world are now paying more attention to this coin. As the global numismatic community expands, the hunt for undervalued or overlooked coins intensifies. And the 1981 no mint mark 20-cent coin is quickly rising through the ranks. Coin forums, online auctions, and collector groups often feature discussions around this coin, how to identify it, how rare it is, and most importantly, how much it's worth. So, how many people are actually looking to buy this coin? The answer is, more than ever. There is growing interest from both Australian collectors and international investors. Coin dealers regularly receive inquiries about the 1981 no mint mark variant, and online listings attract high engagement. It has become a sleeper hit in the numismatic world, and as awareness grows, so does the competition to own a high-quality example. The current value of this coin depends heavily on its condition. A circulated version might fetch anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, but uncirculated or proof-like specimens can command much higher prices. Some of the finest examples, especially those professionally graded and verified as no mint mark coins, have sold for up to $12,000 to $13,000, and the ceiling isn't even close to being reached yet. Is the value really high? For a coin with a face value of just 20 cents, the answer is absolutely yes. And it's not just about today's market, it's about the future potential. Coins like these often follow a curve: initial obscurity, growing recognition, then a surge in demand as collectors realize their rarity. The 1981 20-cent coin is currently entering the second phase, which means now is the perfect time to search for it, grade it, and possibly hold on to it as a long-term investment. It was originally minted to meet the economic demand of a growing Australia. With the country thriving in the early 80s and the economy becoming more cash-reliant, more coins were needed in circulation. But no one at the time could have predicted that decades later, specific variations from that same run, particularly those with no mint mark, would become the target of so much attention and speculation. Its rising value comes from a mix of historical relevance, production quirks, and collector psychology. The lack of a mint mark gives the coin a mysterious edge. The fact that it was produced in multiple locations introduces further variation. And the passage of time means fewer coins remain in the kind of condition that collectors crave. All of these factors combine to create the perfect storm for growing value. If you own one of these coins or suspect you might, it's time to take a closer look. Examine its surface carefully. Check for wear, dents, or marks. And most importantly, see if it has any mint mark. If it's clean, sharp, and mark-free, you could be holding a high-value coin. Getting it graded by a professional service could significantly boost its market appeal and selling price. To sell such a coin, look for reputable dealers, professional auctions, or trusted online platforms like eBay, where numismatic coins consistently draw competitive bidding. Presentation matters. A well-lit photograph, clear description, and grading certificate can all elevate your listing and attract serious buyers. And for those who are just getting started in collecting, this coin is a perfect example of why the hobby is so rewarding. It teaches us to look closely, to research, to understand the past, and to realize that sometimes extraordinary value hides in plain sight. The 1981 20-cent coin is a piece of Australia's story, and owning one is like holding a small chapter of that story in your hand. Ladies and gentlemen, never underestimate the power of a small coin. The 1981 no-mint mark 20-cent piece may look like ordinary change, but it holds extraordinary potential. Its value is rising, its demand is growing, and its mystique is only beginning to unfold. If you're a collector, a treasure hunter, or someone who simply enjoys the thrill of discovery, this coin should be on your radar. Thank you for joining us on this numismatic adventure. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story about hidden treasures and rising fortunes. And always remember, the next valuable coin could already be in your pocket. Keep searching, stay curious, and believe in the potential of what you hold.